Well, guys, it's been one heck of a week. Many of you are aware that my Google/YouTube page was hacked. This was last Thursday. I'm embarrassed to say it was mostly my own fault. It's a lesson that I don't want anybody to learn the way I learned this lesson. Anyway, I have no control over the Logfather channel any longer. I've had 14 years of running that channel, literally, and I've got almost 700 videos that somebody else right now, as far as I know, is accepting the monetization of. And I'm not sure how to go about fixing it. I contacted Google through Twitter/X. I've never had an X account before, so this is all new to me. I reached out to them. They told me to give them the email address that was associated with the YouTube channel, and they would try to recover my channel. It turns out that these guys are like communicating. I may as well be throwing a letter in a bottle, message in a bottle, throw it in the ocean here, and wait for them to open that bottle. That's how painful it is to deal with this company. So my YouTube channel I've lost control of. My YouTube AdSense is where I get paid from YouTube for the advertising that they put on my channel. Lost all of that. My Google business review page for my firewood sawmill business, I solicit all reviews to my customers. I've got a stellar 5-star review. That's gone. I can no longer access Google Maps without creating a new account, of course. I can no longer even access my Google Calendar. So my dentist appointments and all of this is gone. Every bit of it is gone. What had happened was I got an email from a company that I recognize. It's actually DJI. They have this microphone right here, and they reached out to me to test, review, do a video on their latest microphone. And I replied back to them like I do most every other time. We get a couple of these a day, reviews or requests for reviews or collaborations. So I had emailed them back and said, listen, I've got at least 6 other projects that are in the queue right now for me to film, and I don't want to add anything else to my plate. The next day I get an email back telling me we appreciate the creator's time. Just fill this form out and send it to us, and we will make sure that if there's something that you do have time, opens up for, or suits your genre on your channel. To be honest, I was sort of hoping for a drone. I know that sounds greedy, but that's how that works in this industry. You try to get these tools. But anyway, the second I hit send on that form to send back, which gave them access to my Google account, and I can't believe I did it. I can't believe I fell for that. I even went back at the email again and looked at the email, and I wouldn't have changed a thing. It still looks legit. It still looks like the last email I got from DJI. I don't know how I could have prevented this from happening. Anyway, so I don't have the energy to start again. I can't imagine me starting from scratch again after all these years. I'm 58 years old. I'm not interested in doing this all over again and videoing. And all those 700 videos all made a little something every month. Some of them a couple of bucks, some of them a few cents, but it sometimes was a fairly significant payday. Sometimes a few $100s, sometimes a few $1,000s, depending on how well a certain video did. So it was worth doing, and now that's all gone. And I'm gutted. Right now, I feel like I have a loved one on life support, and Google has got their hand on the plug, and I get a correspondence via X. It's a 1-sentence correspondence to try whatever it is they asked me to try to log in. I can't log in because that email address doesn't exist anymore, apparently. But this life support, I feel like pull the plug, let it die. I'll move forward. I won't even entertain the thought of getting back into YouTube. But then they send me this little correspondence that ends up giving me a glimmer of hope that your loved one on life support has moved their fingers or come up with some brain activity. I've had a loved one on life support, and I know exactly what this feels like. And it's a business that, like no other business. I've got a friend that's a musician, and I called him up and asked him what he would do in this situation. He said, Jeff, I feel so bad for you. He said, it'd be like if he had 700 songs that he had written out, and then all of a sudden one day someone else was collecting the royalties on these songs. Now, Google has locked my channel. The damage was done by the time that was done. The guy that hacked the channel was posting cryptocurrency auction videos, and that apparently violates YouTube's laws, so they terminated the program. So as far as I'm concerned, as far as you are concerned, if you try to look for my old channel, it's gone. It's been terminated. It's as if it never happened, and I'm getting mixed reports from Google saying that it cannot be recovered because everything's been deleted by the hacker, or we can recover it, but it's going to take time. But they don't communicate with me to let me know that is moving forward. So in the meantime, I have created a landing page called Logfather Adventures, and I'm trying to take from my computer, my iPad, my phone, all of the bits of videos that I may have had over the years. I'm trying to find a place just to park them for now, and at least some of those, if I can gain a little bit of traction on that, it'll give me a glimmer of hope to proceed forward. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I have to focus on firewood and lumber. Yesterday I milled 1,200 board feet of lumber and delivered it. Almost out of firewood because the roads are closed, so I'm rationing that off only to people that, it's either close by or I save. Of course, I always save a dozen or so cords for some of my commercial accounts. But anyway, all that to say is I appreciate you guys' patience. I've had literally hundreds of people reach out to me, either text my personal phone because they have that number, or they've reach out through Facebook Messenger. But of course, you can't unsubscribe from the channel because it no longer exists. Maybe one day when it comes back up, all those tens of thousands of subscribers will still be there. I don't know, but it's been a frustrating situation. And listen, double check these correspondence before you just click send. It's a lesson that I was taught the hard way, and it's a big deal. This is part of my retirement, this income from this, and I have to think about that totally different now. And it seems to be the people in my inner circle understand the grievance of it, but most people don't understand how big a hit this was to a small businessman like myself. So anyway, I appreciate the support, the continued support, and if you want to subscribe to a new channel and make that blow up, let's do that too. That's another viable option. And I'll win that way. That's the only way maybe I'll get ahead. So deep into maple syrup season, we collected 200 liters of sap from 50 taps in 24 hours. I thought that the season was just about over, but we're boiling like crazy. So I'm cutting up all the old hardwood around because I'm dipping into my own personal firewood. We usually keep a third of a cord of wood ahead for the maple sap, to boil the maple sap down, but we're way past that. So it's going to be a good year. So anyway, I wish I had better news for everybody, but thanks for listening. Over and out.